I use parchment paper almost every day, but not for baking. These 8 clever tips will show you exactly why. And I'm willing to bet tip number 7 will make you say, "Why didn't I think of that sooner?" Let's start with the first tip. I'm willing to bet that right now many of us have fruit sitting in the kitchen that's not going to be eaten before it becomes overripe. The usual solution is to freeze them, but there's one annoying problem. If you simply peel the fruit and toss it into a container, everything freezes together into one giant block. That's where parchment paper comes in. Let's use bananas as an example. Instead of slicing them into small pieces first, simply peel the bananas and place them whole on a tray. Now, place a sheet of parchment paper over the top. Here's the clever part. Take a knife and press down firmly across the banana, then cut straight through. The banana is divided into 2 pieces, but the parchment paper remains between them. The paper acts as a separator, preventing the freshly cut surfaces from sticking together once frozen. Continue doing this a few more times until the banana is divided into several sections. When you're finished, place the tray in the freezer. Later, when you need frozen fruit, simply remove the amount you want. The pieces separate easily without pulling, breaking, or sticking together. A simple sheet of parchment paper turns a frustrating freezer problem into something surprisingly easy. One more parchment paper trick is especially useful if you wear clothes with printed designs. Normally, you would iron your clothes directly, but heat-printed graphics and logos can easily become damaged. High temperatures may cause the print to crack or even peel away over time. Don't worry, parchment paper can help. Simply place a sheet of parchment paper directly over the printed design, making sure it completely covers the image. Then, iron the garment as you normally would. The parchment paper acts as a protective barrier between the hot iron and the printed surface, helping distribute the heat more gently while preventing the print from coming into direct contact with the iron. When you're finished, simply remove the parchment paper. The wrinkles will be gone and the printed design will stay smooth, vibrant, and undamaged. It's such a simple trick, but it can help your favorite t-shirts. Sweatshirts and sports jerseys last much longer without ruining the graphics. Have you ever tried refilling a bottle of dish soap and accidentally spilled it all over inside? Instead, take a small piece of parchment paper and roll it into a cone shape, just like a little funnel. Place the narrow end into the opening of the dish soap bottle, then slowly pour the soap through the parchment funnel. The soap flows neatly into the bottle instead of spilling over the sides. When you're finished, simply remove the parchment paper and throw it away. It's quick, clean, and perfect for those small refilling jobs around the kitchen. Have you ever spilled dish soap while refilling a bottle? Let me know in the comments. Here's another easy parchment paper trick that can help keep your cookies fresh. You open a box of cookies and enjoy a few of the ring-shaped ones, but worry that the rest will quickly lose their freshness and crispness. Let the remaining cookies transfer to an airtight food storage container. Before closing the lid, place a sheet of parchment paper around the cookies to help reduce excess moisture inside the container. Then seal the container tightly and store it in the refrigerator. The parchment paper helps create a drier environment so the cookies are less likely to lose their crisp texture. The next time you open the container, you'll notice they're still crunchy and much fresher than if they had been left in the original package. Do your cookies usually stay crispy, or do they always seem to go soft after opening? Let me know in the comments. Many people wonder whether it's safe to use aluminum foil in the microwave. Instead of worrying about it, there's a much simpler option: use parchment paper. Place your favorite vegetables, such as broccoli, carrots, in the center of a large sheet of parchment paper. Fold the paper over the vegetables. Set the packet on a microwave-safe plate and microwave it for about 5 minutes, depending on the type and amount of vegetables. As the vegetables heat up, their natural moisture creates steam inside the parchment packet, gently cooking them without the need for a pot of boiling water. Carefully open the packet as hot steam will escape. You'll find the vegetables perfectly tender, full of their natural color, and ready to serve. There's no pot to wash, no water to drain, and no need to stand by the stove. It's a quick, simple way to prepare healthy vegetables with very little cleanup. Speaking of wrapping food, here's one more parchment paper tip that's worth trying. Instead of wrapping your sandwich in the plastic wrap you usually use, try using parchment paper. It's safer and more fun than you might think. Simply place your sandwich in the center of a sheet of parchment paper, fold the sides over, and wrap it tightly. If you'd like, secure it with a small piece of kitchen twine or a sticker to keep everything in place. Unlike plastic wrap, parchment paper allows just a little airflow. That means the bread is less likely to become soggy from trapped moisture, especially if your sandwich contains fresh vegetables like lettuce or tomatoes. When it's time to eat, simply unfold the paper and use it as a clean placemat, keeping your hands and table a little cleaner. It's a simple switch, but it helps your sandwich stay fresher, keeps the texture of the bread more enjoyable, and makes lunchtime a little neater. Did you know parchment paper can also help you clean your bathroom mirror? Over time, bathroom mirrors collect water spots, fingerprints, toothpaste splashes, and a cloudy film that's difficult to remove with water alone. Instead, grab a sheet of parchment paper and crumple it into a loose ball. Then gently rub it over the dirty areas of the mirror using small circular motions. The parchment paper helps remove light residue and leaves the surface looking cleaner with very little effort. After you're finished, simply wipe the mirror with a damp cloth or rinse it lightly with clean water. You'll immediately notice the difference. The mirror looks brighter, clearer, and free of those dull marks that made it look dirty. Have you ever used parchment paper for cleaning instead of baking? Let me know in the comments. Lining a round cake pan with parchment paper is simple enough, but the paper often wrinkles, creases, and shifts when the batter is poured in, resulting in a rather messy look. Here's an easy way to get a perfect fit every time. First, fold a sheet of parchment paper in half, then keep folding it several more times until you have a narrow triangle. Place the pointed end at the center of your baking pan and trim the wide end at the exact point where it reaches the rim. Unfold the paper and you'll have a perfect circle that fits the bottom of the pan. Now let's make the side liner. Cut a long strip of parchment paper. Then make a series of small, evenly spaced cuts along one edge, creating a comb-like pattern. These little tabs allow the paper to bend smoothly around the curved sides of the pan without bunching up. Place the strip around the inside of the pan, then set the parchment circle on the bottom. Everything fits neatly with no wrinkles and no gaps. Now your pan is perfectly lined and ready for cakes, cheesecakes, brownies, or any other baked treat you want to make. I hope these 8 parchment paper tricks make your time in the kitchen easier and more enjoyable. If you learned something new today, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this video with someone who loves clever kitchen tips. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.